Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts Lee Silber and Ellen Goodwin. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away to make your life faster, easier, and better. And here's your hosts, Lee and Ellen.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your co-host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host,
Lee Silber.
And welcome to a new year. So Happy New Year, Lee.
Thank you. It's exciting.
It is exciting. So today I thought we might talk about, since it is a new year, what are some of the things you're not going to do this year and why?
Well, I look at the year. I've said this in previous episodes as a
Right.
circular thing with colors and actually there's like I know I if you're listening and you can picture that, January's at the top and it goes around to February
It's
and
like
that
a
turns
clock.
Yeah, it's like a clock anyway, I also have themes for the times of the year. And this time of the year, it's optimism.
Okay, and
You
I
know?
like that.
But just a couple of days ago, it was regret.
Whoa.
As December, winds to a close, a lot of regrets,
Really?
Well, if you're setting goals that push you,
Right.
you're probably not going to get to all of them.
True.
So you kind of regret not doing that. But the fact that it pushed you to do more than you thought you could is a good thing.
It's a really
right?
good thing.
But on the other hand, there are things when you, at the end, a lot of times, I look at the end of the year, I don't know how people's holidays shake out, but I usually have a lot of time alone in my office, and you reflect. You say, okay.
Right.
And the regret is, man, I wasted so much time on things that didn't matter, weren't important, and if I could just go back in time and redo the year, boy, would I do things differently.
Were
So
they
that means going
Work-related?
forward,
Were they work-related or life-related?
I would say they were just as it relates to the show. It's just being inefficient at times,
Gotcha.
and saying to myself, "How come my book isn't done? How come I don't have more clients?" And it's all me. I could do more. I know I can do more. I think everyone has a higher gear, and why don't people read anymore? I think it's because they're spending so much time on other things that aren't. I mean, I'm saying that reading is an important thing. We should all read.
Right.
But there's no, like, I find people don't read. So where did your time go? And a lot of times it's on social media.
Yeah.
It's, a lot of things that when you, at the end of the year, did it matter? Was it important? Was it worth the piece of your life you traded for? That's what I'm getting at. God, I sound miserable. I sound like a.
Yeah, you sound terrible. But look at all the stuff you do. You did do.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I always look at some of the stuff I did. August, I did a Facebook Live every day, 31 days of Facebook Live. And for what? Well, you know what? If I go back and look at that August 1st live versus the August 31st, holy cow. Things changed. I got much more comfortable in front of the camera. I knew what to say. I knew how to say it. So while it may not have looked like, wow, I got 500 new followers, I got comfortable in front of the camera. I can zip out a new live any day of the week. Matter of fact, I'm doing one today. So I don't look at it as regretful. I look at it as everything I did is a building block for something. I just don't know what I'm building yet.
Mm.
But that building block is there. When it comes up, wow, I did this before. I've got that base. I can knock it out. So maybe you just change how you're looking at it. Don't be so regretful and so down.
Do you want to hear about my mother or?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking we
I
might
should
need
lie
to
down
go.
here and-
There's no room here. Like
in
the
the
studio is
studio.
very
Oh.
small.
But you're right. You're right. But I'm just saying that it is the beginning of the year is optimistic. You see,
Yes.
oh, I'm going to do all these things. And so how do you keep the optimism going, and how do you fulfill your resolutions, goals, plans, dreams, wishes, whatever you want to call them? It's how efficient you are with your time will determine how far you go for each of those things you said you want to do.
Right.
And so for me, this episode was about what I won't do,
What are you not going
and
to
it's
do?
not waste time. I just feel after you get past, I'm older than. Well, I'm
Everyone.
older than
No.
dirt. Yeah. So, I mean, you start thinking, okay, how many more years do I have? And I
Okay,
cannot
don't bring
waste
the
it.
whole episode down.
Well, you asked me, and I'm getting a little
Yeah.
teary-eyed. But it is important that if every year rolls around and you waste, I meant to do
Gonna
that.
do this.
I wish I did that,
Yeah.
and then it never happens. The time is now, is what I'm saying. My
Right.
point is,
You're-
I'm not going to waste time on things that How am I going to be more efficient? I'm going to ask myself every time I do something, is this getting me closer to where I want to go or farther away? And that will help me make better decisions about what I use my time. I'm not saying every minute has to be productive,
Right.
but I will say that I just have to be more cognizant. That's a big word.
Cognizant.
Cognizant of where the time is being wasted.
Yeah. Well, everyone needs to do that. And you're an efficiency expert. You know how to do this. And I think sometimes what happens is even though we know how to do this, your efficiency, I'm productivity, we know this, we get caught in the weeds just as much as anyone else. Which is good because then once we get ourselves out, we can show somebody else the way.
Well, that's part of the thing. Oh, you're an efficiency expert. We need your help. With our problems, we need you to help us get things done faster, better, easier. And so I get sucked into these projects, and I'm not talking about paid projects. I mean, hey, can you
Okay.
help us run our baseball league? And I'm thinking, well, my kid's playing. I'm a coach.
Right.
Of course. There went so much time.
But so many
I know.
memories.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Somebody.
feel better now.
Yeah. You're just looking at things. So maybe next year you don't look at things as bad. You look on the bright side. I believe there's a song we could sing about looking on the bright side, but nobody wants to hear me sing, and I don't know about you. So
Whenever I have a problem, I just sing. And then I realize my voice is worse than my problem.
there you go. Absolutely. Okay. So you're not going to be regretful. You're not going to waste time.
Not going to waste time.
Excellent. I'm not going to give in to all the shiny objects and not just like the daily social media and things like that, but the things, let's say in business where, oh, look, here's a brand new app. Here's a brand new program. Here's a brand new something. I got to pick one thing and just stick to it and stay on the path. Shiny squirrels are a dime a
Mm.
dozen. They're more like a nickel a dozen because there's just so many of them. So for me, really avoiding all the shiny objects that take me off the track, which would be sort of you too, where you're
Yeah.
like, why didn't I get my book written? I don't know.
But we talked about in a previous episode about the push-pull, where,
Exactly.
things are just, how would I help to visualize it without seeing it? Things are just kind of floating in front of you or above you, and they're being pushed down on you, and you're just grabbing the ones that make sense. This is going to help me get where I want to go. That's kind of what this theme of what I'm trying to say is. I want to be more efficient with my time. Even though
Right.
you're right, I'm very good at managing time,
Yeah.
but I can be better. Everyone can be better.
Everyone can be better.
And so at the end of the year, the things that didn't get done in 2017 are now in 2018. I'm not going to let them get pushed aside. I'm going to put them in the forefront. I'm going to take my time, or I'm going to take time away from things that that are being pushed on me, and
Mhm.
pull down the things that I want to do, need to do. And,
So is your word for the year pull?
ooh, I'm pulling. The year of the pull. Does it really have a lot of...
No, it doesn't really work.
I think shiny squirrel could be my word of the year.
Okay, well, now that we know some of the things we're not going to do, we do know that we're going to be here every week coming to you with great ideas to make things smarter, faster, easier, better. All of those things.
Oh, we added smarter.
We added smarter. I just
Okay.
added that.
I like that.
Wow. I don't know.
That's a lot.
That's a lot to take in.
That's a shiny squirrel.
That is a shiny squirrel. Let's just go with faster, easier, better. All right, we'll be back next week. I am your co-host, Ellen Goodwin.
Lee Silber,
We'll
happily.
Happily. Oh my
Thanks
gosh.
to Ellen's positive pep talk. I appreciate
There's
that.
no more tears here in the booth, so that's great. We'll be back with you guys next week.